So Merab Dvalishvilli is the reigning bantamweight champion, fresh off a huge title defense against Umar Nurmagomedov, and with back-to-back wins over Sean O'Malley and Umar Nurmagomedov. I think it's time we ask the question, where does he rank among the greatest bantamweights of all time? Now, like I said in yesterday's video where I was freaking out, Merab, he wasn't supposed to win against these two guys. He was not supposed to beat Umar Nurmagomedov. He was an underdog. He was not supposed to win against Sean O'Malley. Remember Sean O'Malley? He was too good at striking. He knocked out his former training partner, Aljamain Sterling. He's too tall. How is he going to deal with the striking? And then Umar, oh no, he's too good at striking. He has a big scary cousin, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he beat Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, Corey Sandhagen by unanimous decision. How in the world is Merab Dvalishvilli supposed to beat these guys? Well, he did. And now I think he's made a strong case that he is, if not the greatest, then one of the greatest bantamweight fighters of all time in the UFC. Now, stay with me now. I think this comes down to Merab's road to the title. Merab's road to the title was arguably tougher than any all-time bantamweight. He had to fight, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Look at his road to the title. Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, and then he fights for the title. That is 3 former champions, 2 Hall of Famers. 3 former champions, 2 of them are Hall of Famers. That's who he had to fight to get to the belt. Before he got to the belt, he already had a better resume than Sean O'Malley. Before he got to the belt, he already had a better resume than Henry Cejudo and Peter Yan. So we typically judge fighters based on title defenses, but not how they got to their first title defense. Bro, the names that Merab has had to fight just to get to the belt I think is what cements his legacy as at least top 3. Okay? If you were to take every 5'7" man on earth and rank them in terms of how dangerous they were, the top 5 would be in Merab Dvalishvilli's records, his MMA history. And then the rest of them would be Kendrick Lamar and Kim Jong-un. Y'all know Kim Jong-un is literally 5'7"? Probably weighs as much as Derek Lewis, but Kim Jong-un, you put him all the 5'7" guys in the world, the most dangerous ones, Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Rey Mysterio, Peter Yan, Kendrick Lamar, and Kim Jong-un. And of course, Merab Dvalishvilli. Now he's added to that resume, he's added Sean O'Malley and Umar Nurmagomedov. He's the all-time takedown leader. He broke the takedown record against a Dagestani. I believe he also has the most control time in the bantamweight history, the most takedowns in bantamweight history. He has relentless pace. He has constant pressure. He has the cardio of a 6-year-old on Red 40. He's hard-headed. He seems dumb, but he's proven himself to be an absolute genius in his madness. If we were to define the metrics on an all-time ranking, I think you should rank them by title reigns and defenses, quality of the opponents beaten, longevity and consistency, and the historical impact of their reign. Okay, so like title reigns and defenses, obviously, you'd give that to someone like Mighty Mouse Johnson, right? Because he has the most title defenses. Or John Jones, he has the most title defenses. They beat all these people after they won the belt. Merab beat all these people before he won the belt. That's why you go into quality of opponents beaten. Because then you have people like Anderson Silva, and people debate, you know, he had a lot of title defenses, but he wasn't fighting a Jose Aldo. He wasn't fighting a TJ Dillashaw. He wasn't fighting the high quality opponents. Then you look at longevity and consistency. You get guys like Max Holloway, who've been doing this for close to a decade. People like Jose Aldo, been doing this forever. People like Dominic Cruz, been doing this forever. And then you got historical impact. When sometimes a fighter comes in the UFC and he changes the way that everyone sees the UFC. Khabib was one of those guys who completely put Dagestan on the map, put these Russian wrestler heavy Sambo guys on the map. You got Dominic Cruz and his completely unorthodox striking. You got John Jones and his just completely freaky physique, and he's just freaky in general. And I think Merab has done that with his cardio. The way that Merab weaponizes his cardio is better than anyone we've ever seen in the UFC. Like, it's ridiculous. He has people who are in Khabib's gym. Khabib is infamous for having the toughest practices. And the guy from Khabib's gym gassed out against Merab Dvalishvilli. I think that is a historical impact, that his cardio is so dangerous that it trumps a Dagestani. So now let's look at all the other all-time great bantamweights and let's figure out how to rank Merab Dvalishvilli, because I think he is up there at the top. Whether it's a Miller Lite guy or a Modelo guy, this is the list that you're going to come up with. I don't know who's going to come up with Renan Barão, but you know, when you Google the greatest bantamweights, he's in the list. I honestly just found out about him today. I shouldn't tell you that because now you're going to think, wow, Flying Squirrel knows nothing about MMA. I know a little bit, but that little bit does not include Renan Barão. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. Who knows, bro? Is he 5'7"? Yeah, Renan Barão. Yeah, we're going to book him against Kim Jong-un. All right, so Dominic Cruz was the first ever UFC bantamweight champion. He was a WEC champion, and he had defended his belt 3 times, and then the UFC bought the WEC. And then he defended his belt 2 other times while he was in the UFC. A lot of people consider him the bantamweight GOAT. TJ Dillashaw, he was a 2-time champion. He was known for his technical striking. He's one of the best boxers at his time. There's an argument he was the best boxer in the UFC with the coach Dwayne Bang Ludwig. Aljamain Sterling, he's the longest reigning champion. You know, he had 3 title defenses. A couple of them were arguable. You know, TJ Dillashaw had a torn shoulder. Peter Yan, illegal knee. But he does have a really impressive resume. Renan Barão, he had a very long unbeaten streak. And then Henry Cejudo, the double champ, the triple champ. One of the most dangerous 5'7" guys on the West Coast compared to Kendrick Lamar. With this list, the only person I would put near Merab is Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz is the only one who has shown he has had a style that completely confused the whole division. He brought something that nobody had ever seen before. He defended his belt. If you were to count his WEC wins, and his WEC wins, it's not like he was fighting, because he wasn't fighting forklift operators in WEC. Where does it start? Uriah Faber. Yeah. That's crazy, huh? That's crazy. WEC. Who else did he fight? Joseph Benavidez. Oh, snap. Okay. He beat him twice. Are you seeing where I'm getting at? Then he fought Uriah Faber. Again, he's 2-1 with Uriah Faber. Beat him twice when it mattered. He beat Demetrius Johnson. This win aged so well. And he's also beaten TJ Dillashaw. Now, he's had a rough time lately, but bruh, this is 2022. He's been fighting since 2005. So yeah, it's okay if maybe you lose to Marlon Chito Vera by a head kick. You weren't paying attention and he knocked your head into the next state. They're in San Diego. He knocked your head into Tijuana. It's okay, dude. It's okay. You're like 36 years old. It's fine. I'm not going to hold that against you, bud. I put Dominic Cruz at number 1, and I put Merab Dvalishvilli at number 2 in terms of bantamweights all time. Number 3, I'll put Aljamain Sterling. And then number 4, I'll put Henry Cejudo. Number 5, I'll put TJ Dillashaw. Here's some other reasons why I'm going to put him there. Dominic Cruz, his record, 24-4. In his prime, he was 22-1. That's like John Jones, Anderson Silva type record. In his prime, that's crazy. Okay, Merab right now is 19-4. Merab right now is on a 12-fight win streak in the UFC. Cruz was on a 13-fight win streak if you count the WEC, and I think we should. I think it's okay to count that. They both have defeated multiple former champions, Uriah Faber twice, TJ Dillashaw, and Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. For Dominic Cruz, Merab, of course, I've said it about 20 times in this video. He beat Jose Aldo, he beat Peter Yan, he beat Sean O'Malley. For Merab to cement himself as the bantamweight GOAT, he's going to need to defend his belt 1 or 2 more times. I could see him fighting Sean O'Malley again. I could see him fighting Peter Yan again. Maybe he beats another guy like Corey Sandhagen or Figueroa. I'll put him up there as the bantamweight GOAT. But he's very close. I put him top 2 and he's 2. But I'm very stoked. It was a super good fight yesterday. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I gave an accurate assessment? If not, tell me why. Peace.